Here's another question. Write an chart to accept a person's age and display a message as follows. That is, if the user enters, because here we are not talking about any specific age, right? User can enter whatever age they want. Suppose a user enters a zero or a negative value, you have to display the message invalid age. That is, you accept the age and then check and see whether it is zero or below, and then display invalid age. If the amount entered or the age entered is more than zero, but below 13, okay, not 13, below 13, above zero up to below 13, okay, 13 not included, you have to say not a teenager. 13 to 19 years, you have to say is a teenager. And if they enter a value above 19, 20 onwards or whatever, you are going to say not a teenager. So this is the exercise we are trying to do now. Okay. So as usual, before you try this, before I explain this, I would like you to stop this video and try this on your own and see how you come up with. And always remember, the solution I come up is not the only solution that can be done. That is why programming is so dynamic. Okay, each one can come up with their own solution. That is okay, but as long as it follows the rule of coding, programming, what we are going through in the NS chart, it should be okay. Okay, so let's try it and then watch the rest of the video. Okay, so let's go through. This is the solution I have provided, and we are going to first try run with 0. So obviously when you enter 0, we are expecting it should say invalid. Okay, 0 can't be an age valid, no. Or according to the exercise also, 0 or any value below entered also should end up as saying invalid age. Okay, so let's see. So we need again for the show and the get the screen and the variable, we have only one variable called age. Okay, so we have a box here. And again reminding you, this part, that's the code or the instructions, and the memory variable are all in memory, which the user will not be seeing. The user's visibility only on the screen. Okay, so this is the area, whatever you want to interact with the user, you have to put it on the screen. That's what the user is going to see. Okay, so we are just having these two for us to dry run and see how this works. So let's start. That's the beginning of the NS chart, and then you go and say show. So show statement displays whatever that is in double quotes, right? So it says enter age. Then you go to the next line. Serially it executes one after the other. Okay, except at the decision point where you have to make a decision. So now we are waiting for the age to type. So this time we are trying to put 0 and see. So user enters 0 and enter. That will be accepted by the variable age, which is this one. So this will become 0. After accepting the age, you go to the next line, which is a condition checking. Because after accepting the 0, this time the user has entered 0. It could have been any number the user entered. So without testing, we are unable to say whether it is invalid or teenager or not a teenager. So we have to test it. That is why immediately after accepting, we are checking to see whether the age is less or equal to 0. And remember, when you put less or equal, if this number is equal also, this is true. If the number is less also, it is true. That is the meaning of less or equal to. When you check for something less or equal to, if that value is same as this or below that, it becomes true. So in this case, age is 0. So age less or equal to 0 is true because age is equal to 0. From this equal part, it is becoming equal. So if it is less, if we had typed something like -5 or something, then age would have been -5, then it would have become equal using the less than sign. -5 is less than 0, true. But in this case we have entered 0, so it is becoming true using this equal sign. Okay, so this basically what we have to finally understand is this condition becomes true because we have entered 0. Age less than or equal to 0, yes, true. So we go to the true side. So when you go to the true side, and we say invalid age, so it will display that. And remember, after this we have to go out to the end, and this line separates the two sides, the true side and the false side. So when you come to the end of this, you have to go to the line following that. Always remember. And in this case, the line following happens to be the stop. It can be something else even, doesn't matter. But in this case, after printing or showing invalid age, you go to the next line, which happens to be the stop. Always remember, when you go through a true or a false, after doing the relevant side, this side or this side, you don't go back to the other side, okay? You just go to the line after this vertical line ending. So after this, you are gone. In this case, it stops. So we turn. So as you can see, when you enter 0, or even if you had enter a minus value, it would have said invalid because of this condition going through this and terminating. Okay. So let's try 10 this time and see how it reacts. As NS chart has not changed, okay, it's the same identical NS chart. We are putting different values through that and seeing to see whether we are getting all our required results. Okay, so that is basically what programming means. In the NS chart also we are doing basically a program. Although it is not a actual programming language, this is how programs behave. Okay, so you start, then you go there, show enter age. It says displays that, and then you wait for the age. Now this time we are going to type 10, right? You can type any number. This time let's type 10 and see. So when you put 10 and enter, it will go into the variable called age, which is this. So this will become 10. Then after that line, you go to the next line. Now you are checking age is less or equal to, is it less than 0? No. Age is 10. Less than 0? No. Is it equal to 0? No. So both are false. Therefore, this condition is false. If either this is true or this is true, this condition will become true. But in this case, we have put 10 and that does not satisfy that. And therefore, this condition is false. So we have to enter the false sign. So in the false side, when you go, just because 10 is not invalid, we don't know whether it is a teenager or not a teenager. So we go to the comparison of the next one. And here we know the age is less or equal to 12 or age is greater or equal to 12 means not a teenager. So that is why I'm checking. Now when you use or, remember, if this condition is true or this condition is true, the entire thing becomes true because of or. But if you have to use and, this has to be true as well as this has to be true for this to become true. So you can never have an age which is less than 12 or equal to 12 as at the same time it cannot be greater or equal to 20. So we don't, if we put and here, the condition will never become true because age can't be less than 12 at the same time be greater than 20. That is why I have used or to check. Okay, if I put and, it will always be false, whatever age you enter. You can try that out. So in this case, I have put or because if it is less than 12 or equal to 12 or greater than or equal to 20, I want it to say not a teenager. That is why I am checking like this. Okay, so this condition in this case, it is 10. 10 is less or equal to 10. Yes, this is true, right? Age greater than or equal to 20, that is false. It's 10. So 10 can't be greater than 20 or equal to 20. It's less than or equal to. So because of the or, this is true. This entire thing is considered true because of the or statement. That's how the or statement works. If one of the or is true, the entire thing is considered as true. So in this case, it is true and therefore it's going here. And exactly that is what we want, right? When you put 10, we don't want to say is a teenager, no. We want to say not a teenager. So it will go to the true side, and on the true side, we are saying not a teenager. Sure, not a teenager. So 10, it says not a teenager. After that, we are coming to the separation line of this decision box. So after the end of that, we are in the next line, which happens to be the stop. So you can see when you enter age 10, the system is, according to the NS chart, it's saying not a teenager. That is true. Okay, from 13 to 19 only we have to say teenager. So this ends. Now let's try teenager value, which is 15. 15 is a teenager, right? So let's see how that works. Again, we have the screen and the age. Same NS chart, no changes. You start, show enter age, it will come there, and then you wait for the age, and this time we are going to type 15. So 15 will be accepted by age. Age is now 15. So after accepting the age, we are going here and we are checking. Is the age less or equal to 0? No. It's not less, it's not equal, because it's 15. 15 is a greater value. So therefore this condition is false. So you come to the false side. And in the false side, we are checking another condition in that false area. Okay, so this condition checks whether age is less or equal to 12. Is this less or equal to 12? That is false. Okay, so this condition is false. This is not less nor equal. It's not equal or it's not less than 12. So this condition is false. Then we have the or, and then we are checking for this condition. Age greater or equal to 20. That is also false. Right? It's 15 now. So this is also false. So this is false, and therefore this entire thing is considered false. So if it is false, it travels to the false side. And that's exactly what we want for 15, right? Because if it travels through this side only, it's going to print is a teenager. So show is a teenager, it displays that, and then you terminate. Now let's try a bigger value than that, 20. 20 should be not a teenager, right? So let's see. Again, screen and the variable, when you start, enter age, displays on the screen. The user is seeing this and he's going to enter a value. So this time he's going to enter 20, accepted by the age. So this will become 20. After accepting the value, we go here. Is the age less or equal to 0? No, this is false, right? Because this is a greater value, no, 20 is a greater than 0 value. It's not less, it's not equal. So this condition is false. So you come on to the false side. And then in the false side, you have another condition to check to identify whether it is a teenager or not a teenager. So this condition is what does that. Is the age less or equal to 12? False, right? Because 20 is not less nor equal. So therefore this is false. Now you check this condition. Age greater or equal to 20? Yes, it is equal. From the equal side, this condition will become true. If it is 21 also, it will become true, but using the greater than side. It's a greater value. But this time it is an equal value. So the equal value is becoming true because of this equal. If we hadn't put this equal sign and if we had just checked age greater than 20, this would have been false. Okay, age is not greater than 20 now, but we are checking for greater or equal. Therefore, this condition is true. So in the or, if one of the two thing is true, even though this is false, this is true, this entire thing is considered true. And therefore it will go to the true side. So in the true side, it's going to say not a teenager. 20 is not a teenager, that's fine. We come to the end of that. So you can see how this goes, and you put your own values and also dry run through this and see. And you can come up with your own version of this. This is not the only version like I told you. I'm just giving you some idea to start you all off. You can try your own conditions, variations, and see how it works. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this. Until we catch you in another one, thank you very much.